I think last year was just sort of a culmination of what you try to do every year, but you realize it's really difficult to do. So, I mean, if I've been doing this 33 years, that's only the second time we've ever accomplished that goal. So, you know, like, I've got enough experience to know that it was a special team, it was a special moment, and we certainly enjoyed ourselves through the entire ride. You know, that being said, it wasn't easy. You know, we had to go from beginning to end, and ultimately got fortunate to host the regional here, which I think helped us. And I thought we did a good job in the Elite Eight, and obviously Northwest Missouri was a little too much for us, but they were good. Every year is different, even if you bring back the same team, to be quite honest. And this year's group, obviously, many roles will change because, you know, Tim was clearly our best player for the last 3 years of his career and handled many of the things that are the difference between winning and losing. You know, he made a lot of big plays at big moments, not just for himself, but for others. And now these other kids are going to have to slide into that role. And, you know, Cody was one of the best shooting wing players in the region in his last 3 years, I think. And I think both of them on defense were just rock solid, and I knew what I was going to get all the time. So we only lose 2 guys, but it's a lot, and I understand that. I think they understand that. We do have quite a bit coming back. So, you know, we've got 3 starters with, you know, finally Chris Paul and Goose are juniors, so they're, you know, when they had to start as freshmen, it was like, oh man, I don't know how good we can be. And, you know, now they're junior starters and they've got a lot of experience, so we're expecting more out of them. Danny Evans moves from the point guard spot, which he had last year. We're moving him to the wing, which I think will be much better for him and us. And then our top 2 guys off the bench, I think, are come back, and Miles Tension will slide right into the point guard spot full time. And Alonzo Jackson, I think, is ready to be a little bit, do a little bit more for us in his sophomore year. And you know, we've added a couple of freshmen that are going to help. I think Tyler Arbuckle will slide right into the starting lineup as a freshman, and, you know, right now we'll come off the bench with Matt Rallihan. So, you know, so the team voted our captains as Danny Evans, the one senior who plays, and then 2 juniors, Gustav Sarjessen, who's a, you know, terrific choice, and Chris Paul. So we've got 2 juniors who have played a lot as our captains and 1 senior, which, you know, I don't really like to have junior captains, to tell you the truth. But I like the 3 of them. I think that's a good mix of kids. They're very well respected by our team, and I'm not at all worried about our leadership. You know, I think they'll take care of the locker room. You know, and then your captain doesn't necessarily have to be the one that makes all the big plays out there. I hope we have quite a few big plays coming out of one of those 3 captains during the course of the season anyway. We're not an incredibly experienced group, to be honest. We've only got 1 senior that's playing. But we do have some game experience, so we'll see how it flushes out. I think we'll be okay. You know, Tyler has always scored points, so it's like, it's not just his ability to shoot the ball. He's got a whole bunch of other things in his game, and he can score when he's guarded, you know, so he's got step backs and floaters and stuff where he can score with a defender on him. He doesn't just need to be open to make a shot. He's strong, he's quick, and he's fast. So athletically, you put him on our court and he fits right in. He's a scholarship level Division II athlete right away. I mean, Joey Bell and I last year, we started the season backing up the point guard position. We think, you know, certainly going into the beginning, that he'll be able to give us minutes backing up Miles at the 1. You know, Matt Rallihan right now is the wing player coming off the bench, and last year that was Miles, who very capably, that's a 14 to 18 minute position. He's got to back up both Ty and Danny, and we think he can do that capably. You know, Matt is very versatile skill set, and he's 6'5", he's big for the position. And you saw what last year, I think Alonzo Jackson showed everybody what he's capable of doing. He's improved, and he certainly impacts the game on both ends. You know, I think he's improved his skill set a little bit where he can maybe be effective in more kinds of games instead of just this kind of game he's good and this kind of game he isn't. So I feel pretty comfortable with our 8. We've got a good blend of kids. I'm curious to see, how the roles will change, who'll make the biggest plays at the biggest moments, how we're going to adjust, deal with adversity. I don't know. I like the group a lot. I'd say the thing I was most curious about was how confident they were going to be in there. They're very much looking forward to the challenge and extremely confident in their own abilities and the ability of this team to be able to accomplish something of value, something that what we try to do every year. They practice great, they're always ready, they're very competitive, they want to get better. We've got a very tight group, they get along great. They're very confident in themselves, which I'd say I'm probably most surprised about that. I really do, I like the group. I think we could make something out of this team by the end of the year.